Hey everybody, Pro Mama Gamer here with Devious Entertainment, bringing you the latest and greatest in gaming news. First up, we actually have Donnie Yen, who decided to tweet that he was going to be the starring role in Sleeping Dogs, the movie. If you don't know Donnie Yen or are familiar with his work, he was the titular character in Ip Man, as well as Chirrut Imwe in Star Wars Rogue One. If you aren't familiar with Sleeping Dogs, think Grand Theft Auto, but with an Asian vibe, focusing on gangs as well as the combat, the action, as well as all of the different stories that kind of come forth with that. All in all, it looks very promising from the screenshot that we've seen. But yeah, overall it looks pretty cool. We don't know exactly when it's going to be released or what the plot will be centered around, but we're expecting it to release probably sometime in 2019. So definitely tune into that. Next up, we have Natalie Portman, who actually reprises her role on an SNL skit as part of a Star Wars prequel defensive rap, actually, if you will. If you haven't seen the original, you should probably go check it out. It's very entertaining. This one, she reprises her role as as the original role, and she spits fire. Seriously, do not talk badly about the prequels or she will definitely give it to you. We do have Andy Samberg, who reprises his role, as well as a few new faces as well. And if you want to go check out more of what Natalie Portman is up to, you should probably go check out the sci-fi movie Annihilation. Looks pretty cool, and we're, for one, going to be checking it out. Otherwise, we do actually have trailers that just released. If you tuned into the Super Bowl, you may have caught these. We have, of course, Solo, a Star Wars story. We have Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom, and Mission Impossible Fallout. Honestly, we were pretty impressed with most of those trailers, but some of them did get some mixed reviews, namely the Solo one, as far as we're concerned. But speaking of new trailers, there's actually a new trailer for Marvel Infinity War. Honestly, we're super stoked about that one. We're definitely going to be going to see that, and we'll probably have a review when it comes out in May, so stay tuned for that as well. Next up, we have news on Final Fantasy 15. If you are a PC gamer, then you might actually be interested in purchasing the Microsoft version instead of the Steam version, because if you play with your friends on Xbox One, you can actually play with the Windows 10 version, but sadly it doesn't look like that same cross-compatibility is coming to Steam. So, as I was saying, if you do buy the Windows 10 version of Final Fantasy 15, it looks like the DLC Comrades will actually be included with it. So, if you didn't already know, it basically allows you to go around with your friends completing various quests and whatnot, and again, you can do cross-platform between PC users and Xbox One users, which is pretty cool. And if you pre-order the Windows 10 version, you'll actually get a really fancy sword and a few Phoenix Downs and elixirs. All in all, pretty cool, and if you're interested, you should definitely go check this one out. Next up, on the Nintendo Labo, we actually haven't really been hearing anything from Nintendo on who is truly developing it, as far as maybe which in-house team, maybe it's outsourced. Honestly, we don't really know. But to be perfectly honest, that's pretty par for the course for Nintendo. They are usually pretty tight-lipped about pretty much everything that they do, to be perfectly honest. That said, about the Nintendo, it does release on April 20th. Now, we haven't got our hands on it personally, but from what we've seen as far as other reviews and other videos on it, it honestly does look very interesting. It is geared towards children, but adults take heart, as far as parents especially. From what we hear, it is very, very fun to build the actual construct that you will be using for the tool in the game. Think of it kind of like a model plane or a model dinosaur or something like that, if you will. Either way, like I said, this does hit stores April 20th, and we hope to get our hands on it and do an in-depth review for you then. Last up for today's news, we actually have Sony Entertainment's CEO, Mr. Kaz Hirai, is actually stepping down on April 1st, 2018. And no, it's probably not an April Fool's joke. He basically just wants to step down from CEO because of the hectic travel schedule, and he just wants to spend some more time with his family. But he will still be in the company as chairman. Replacing him will be current CFO Kenichiro Yoshida, who has been explained as a brilliant strategist, as well as very much so a numbers man. Calling into question all of this, some people speculate that the more entertainment part of Sony might be up for grabs sooner than we may think. Which, if, for those of you who don't remember, they still own the rights to Spider-Man. So what does this mean for Spider-Man and anything else that Sony Entertainment produces? Honestly, we don't know. Only time will tell. But it is definitely something that you want to keep your eyes on. But hey, don't go anywhere just yet. We actually have a quick announcement to make. One of our artists, Zombeh in a Jar, is actually releasing a brand new album this weekend. February 10th it comes out. It's called From the Grave, and its singular hit will be actually called Quantum. If you want to check it out, you can actually listen to Quantum over on Spotify or iTunes Music. If you want to pre-order or purchase the album, which we highly recommend, it's actually really, really good, you can do so at pretty much your favorite retailer of choice. You can go to the Google Play Store, iTunes Music, and Amazon, just to name a few. So either way, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all next time. Stay devious.